Welcome back, everybody, to Rantpocalypse Talks The Walking Dead. I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Kelly, and together we are the world's greatest mother and son Walking Dead team talkers.
So I say let's get right into topic number one.
Okay?
Who did Rosita see at the end of the episode? Who do you think, Mom?
I think we want it to be Daryl. Because
You do?
we want to have that hope
Mm-hmm.
that okay, uh, Daryl has come to save us, to help because oh my God, Sasha's inside and she's locked herself inside. I need help.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where they wanted us to go with it. That's is not where I went though. It would be a weird time jump, wouldn't it?
Yes, I think it would be a weird time jump. I didn't even think about it in that regard of somebody being there to help not only Rosita but to help Sasha as well. I took it more in that moment of, oh, this is somebody to help Rosita get out. Like Sasha, she's already a lost cause. But I
Hmm.
like I like where you're coming from in that respect to say like, oh, it's Daryl. He's there to save the day. He's gonna have the rocket launcher, about to blow these saviors
Right.
up and everything. But no, I'm with you that I do feel like it would be this weird time jump because even in the previews for next week, we see Daryl with Rick and everybody. So for him to go to the sanctuary and then get with Rick and them, I feel like that would be a little bit off. Not that The Walking Dead hasn't done some weird stuff with their time jumps
Hmm.
in the past, but the fact that we've got another character on the show that basically wants to be Daryl's twin,
Exactly.
named Dwight, and
Hmm.
and that's who I ultimately think that it is that it's Dwight at the end of the episode, and I love this for so many reasons, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting. What's going to happen when we see Dwight come to the aid of Rosita, save Rosita, and then is brought back into the fold because we've been thinking this is going to happen for quite some
Hmm.
time now that Dwight is ultimately going to go to the other side because he doesn't like Negan. He just is with Negan because that's what has kept him alive ultimately. Sherry's gone. He has nothing to save anymore at this point.
Right.
So I would imagine he's like, all right, this is my time. This is the moment I can, get Rosita out, and then maybe that will influence Rick and the gang to bring
It's
me in.
like Michonne bringing formula to the prison.
Exactly.
So that's what he's got to bring Rosita back safely. So yeah. Oh look, I brought her back. See, I am a super nice dude. Oh, and look, Daryl, here's your clothes and your crossbow.
Yes, he would have two crossbows at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think Daryl? How do you think Daryl's going to react though? Do you think
Oh,
he's going to be okay with that because they've got this beef and it's great. Like their dynamic together is so much fun to me.
how is that going to be if we have two Daryls running around on the good guy side? That's going to be kind of odd. And I don't see why would Daryl want to be friends with him.
I don't see why he would want to be friends with him. I can't imagine him being okay with Dwight being with Rick in the group at this
Hmm.
point.
Hmm.
I understand that they kind of had their conversations about basically Dwight told him like I did what I had to do in order to survive. Same thing that you have done probably in the past. You've done things that you didn't really like or somebody else might not have agreed with, but you had to do them in order to survive, in order to save the people around you that you love. That's the same thing that I was doing. And I think that with Daryl seeing Sherry and having those conversations with Sherry and everything, albeit brief, that at least gained a little bit of sympathy points for Dwight. But the fact that Dwight really was the one that really got Glenn killed,
Hmm.
because if it wasn't for Dwight being there in that moment, shooting Daryl, rounding them up for Negan and the Saviors, they would have been a okay.
Hmm.
So and obviously that he killed Denise in the fashion that he did. That's a lot going against Dwight in Daryl's point of view and perspective.
And what about us just as viewers, as fans? I
Hmm.
feel like they have it's going to be nearly insurmountable for
Yeah.
them to make us feel goodwill towards him.
It's going to be really tough, especially after what happened in the previous episode where we focused a lot on Dwight's story whenever he went out to get Sherry, whenever he let the other Doc Carson get killed the way that he did. That was that point where we really felt bad for Dwight for about a
Hmm.
half second.
Yep.
And then the other Doc Carson got thrown in the fire and you're like, "Yep, he's fully Negan now.
Hmm.
He's all the way Negan." And then they had that moment with him and Eugene at the end of the episode and you kind of were like, "Oh, okay, maybe he's just, he's just playing the long game, trying to, use the best strategy that he can in order to survive, to have that moment like he may be having now with Rosita at the end of the episode." But yeah, it's going to be extremely tough for Daryl, especially, to let Dwight
Okay.
in.
It could very well be that he picks up his crossbow and shoots her right between the eyes.
I know that would be quite the twist if he did that. I was thinking about that because they've had some well, not chemistry,
Yeah,
definitely no chemistry there
right.
between those two. Maybe hatred chemistry, that's for
Yes.
sure. Because we've seen Dwight in the past, Rosita, like
Uh-huh.
doing all that
Yes.
kind of shit to her.
Hmm.
We keep talking about Daryl and focusing on him, but it's also going to be very interesting because they've had quite the dynamic in the past, Rosita and Dwight as well. And if Dwight comes to Rosita's aid in that moment, I don't know how she is going to take that. Yeah.
Bitch, get back.
Yeah, she's got that little gun with the silencer on it. Choo, choo,
Hmm.
choo, choo.
Yep.
I love that noise. That is
Oh,
such a awesome noise
it's
whenever
a
Sasha goes in
satisfying.
there. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so satisfying.
Hmm.
That one dude that comes out the door and it's just, choo, choo.
Sorry,
Oh,
dude.
I loved it. I loved it so much. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. We both, I think, are in agreement that we think that it is the white that is ultimately that shadowy silhouette at the end of the episode. I really liked the shot. I thought it was great because it definitely makes it look like it's Daryl because he's got his all matted up hair and everything, but so does Dwight, and they kind of have the same stature. What's great about it is there's yeah, exactly. There was that moment in this episode where Daryl, whenever he was talking to Maggie and he like couldn't even see out of his freaking
I
eyes.
know. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
scissors.
yeah, yes, exactly. The great thing about it is there's a comic book issue where I think it might have been a variant cover where it's Dwight on the front and it's
Hmm.
from behind and it kind of has like his jacket and everything. But then they did another variant cover, and I don't know if this actually ever came out. It may have been just some fan that did it. I honestly can't remember
Or
at this
something you
point.
dreamed.
No, I definitely didn't dream it. I don't dream about Daryl that much, Mom. But anyway, so whatever it was, they basically made that same cover, but they put Daryl on the cover. So it was like Daryl's deal with his wings, his vest with his wings and
Yeah.
everything. So I thought it was cool. I don't know if that was a nod to that issue's cover because yeah, we've got this silhouette that could be Daryl, could be Dwight. It's going to be very interesting to see those two characters going forward because it does feel like Daryl was patterned so much after Dwight's character in the comic book, and obviously Daryl doesn't exist in the comic book, so we never see
Right.
those two on the same pages in the comic, but seeing them on the show being so similar is actually pretty cool. So we want to know your thoughts. Let us know who you think is at the end of the episode. Do you think it's Dwight? Do you think it's Daryl? Do you think it's somebody else? Could it be Negan with a crossbow or something?
It could be.
It could be. And he's like, yeah, here's your time, Rosita. Take it now. And then they have like this ultimate battle. And,
Oh
that
God,
would
that'd
be,
be so good.
yeah, it would be
I'm gonna
pretty,
give you
pretty
the first
impressive.
shot. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, he's like, and he's got his bat. He's just waving Lucille.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're gonna hit Lucille again?" Yeah. Well, that would be quite the change for
I
sure.
think it would. I
But yeah, let
love
us
it.
know in the comment box down below, or you can email us rantpocalypse@gmail.com.